Hi, everyone. I'm Bernadette Nixon, CEO of Algolia, and I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you to our third annual Algolia DevCon today. This event is a true celebration of the developer community. It's a time and space for us all to come together, share our knowledge, and build incredible solutions to elevate the search experiences for all of our users. Our theme this year is understanding the full spectrum of AI search. And let me tell you, we've got a lot to dive into. As search practitioners, we're all aware that every single search journey is made up of 4 key stages: understanding the query, retrieving the results, ranking those results, and last but certainly not least, presenting them in a way that truly resonates with our users. And with the power of AI, we can enhance each and every one of those stages with categorization techniques, vector search for enhanced retrieval, intelligent ranking, not to mention leveraging retrieval augmented generation with your or your customers' catalogs to generate amazing shopping guides. So today is all about diving deep into these topics. You'll have the opportunity to explore how query categorization can sharpen your understanding. You'll learn how personalization tools can make search results even more relevant than ever without you needing a magic 8 ball to set weights. We'll also explore advanced ranking strategies, whether that's through AI-driven solutions like intelligent ranking or more manual tools like rules. On top of that, we have sessions for building exceptional front-end experiences using our very own industry standard instant search libraries, or even community-driven libraries like Swift Search for Nuxt, and even tapping into generative tools. And of course, none of these incredible advancements in search would be possible without well-structured and carefully curated data. Creating robust ingestion from pipelines of your existing data sources, as we like to say, that's step 0 when it comes to building a top-notch search experience. So whether you're achieving that through custom code, platform integrations, data connectors, or our Algolian next generation crawler, getting that data right is absolutely fundamental. And there's a little surprise on this front, so stay tuned. This year, for the first time as well, here at DevCon, we're also going to be hosting some panel discussions. So these will be a fantastic opportunity to join industry experts in conversations around cutting-edge topics like RAG and modern ranking strategies. And the learning doesn't stop there. Tomorrow, we've lined up some hands-on workshops, and you'll have a chance even to have your site's search experience, try saying that fast, reviewed by our expert team. I highly recommend you actually booking your slot now because those sessions are filling up fast. But let's come back to today. To kick things off, I'm excited to hand over to our CTO, Xavier Grand, who has been with Algolia pretty much since the beginning. I'm very proud to say that he's employee number 4. And he's going to share some insights and reflections on how we as a company, Algolia, have grown from a small team of 4 or 5 to a global team of pretty much just over 800 now. So I hope you all have fun today with us. I hope you learn a lot. And with that, take it away, Xavier.
Hello everyone, I'm Xavier Grand, CTO of Algolia, and today I have the pleasure to welcome you all at DevCon 2024. As Bernadette mentioned previously, we have some great talks this year. The community will share with you what they built with Algolia. Our Algolian folks will share with you how we do things internally, and we'll also share the recent releases that we did. This year is a bit special for me, and I wanted to take the DevCon 2024 to share it with you. That's my 10 years anniversary at Algolia. I started when the company was only 4 employees, and we are now more than 800. And I grew from interns to CTO. And I would like to share with you this journey so that you can get the most out of it. Everything started in 2014, where I was right after school looking for an internship job. I met them. They tried to explain me what the company was about and so on. They spoke about MVP, early stage, Y Combinator, product market fit. I didn't really get it when they shared it, but they said that they were looking for somebody to code and they could pay me for that. It was the perfect job, so I took it. And it's only a couple of weeks after that I understood what they meant by product market fit. The company was at a stage where it didn't have a product. It was looking for the building the product that customer wants. We knew at that time the search was not great. If you remember when you were typing basic words, pressing enter, waiting 10 seconds, and hope that you would get results and you wouldn't have to try again the same thing. And that's what we wanted to solve. With Y Combinator, we had only 3 months to reach that market. And so that's where it required like high velocity to try things with customers, learn from it, and constantly do that up to the point where you start to see some traction. This was a dream job for me because I was able to learn a bunch of technologies, backend, front-end, ops, and tooling, and at the same time have like constant dopamine shot with every single releases that we are doing for our customers. And so in the morning, we could have a customer call and realize that we miss a feature for them, implement it during the day, and in the afternoon, send them back an email saying that we have the feature for them. It was great. Every single feature we were releasing, we saw directly customers in it. It was the dream job. To achieve this fast pace of feature release, we had to apply the strict 80-20 rule. This rule is saying that by doing 20% of the effort, you can achieve 80% of the result. For the feature, it means that we can achieve 80% of the value for customers with only 20% of the effort. This would allow us to work on a lot of features, even if we were only 5. But to admit, it was a bit frustrating from time to time because for the project that I love to contribute to, I had to stop at 20%. I was not able to invest more and dig on that aspect. And as you can assume, we made it. We found our product market fit in the SaaS ecosystem and powered a search as you type product. With our first customers, we are able to raise more money and accelerate the growth of the company. And me, as an intern, I was converted to software engineer. And so after YC, we went back to Paris and entered the fast-growing phase of the company, where we started to see a lot of traction, where a lot of customers were interested with our product, and we were able to hire a bunch of employees to help us. And that's what we needed at the time, more customers, constantly more. But our product was pretty young, so the first customer that built it were great to shape the beginning of our product, but we need to address more of them and continue to grow. And so the only way to do that was to scale. So build more features to support more use cases, build more infrastructure to support larger data sets and more queries. And that's how we were able to constantly grow during that phase. And the way we did it was with this team, because now that we are way more, the 2080 rule can be lifted. We can spend more time on a feature and so achieve more value for customers. And as one team member in this company, I had to change my way of working. I couldn't apply the same habit that I had previously. I had to follow the scale of the company. How did I scale myself at that time was about to increase my focus. I couldn't work on every single part of our code base. I had to decide which one I wanted to take, which was great because I wanted to invest more time on the back end, and I was able to do it. And to be able to focus, I needed to train my coworkers on the other parts of the product. And this can look simple, but in the end, it was hard for an intern after 2 years of training. I had only hard skill at that time. I just became promoted as software engineer, so I didn't know all the soft skills. And that's how I realized after a couple weeks that some employees like went back to me saying, "You know, Xavier, when you explain things, we don't get it." And that's where I realized that my job needed more than hard skill. I needed to also have like soft skills to expand my impact. And so don't worry, I really improved on that aspect. I'm better at explaining things than before. And thanks to that knowledge sharing skill, I was able to take the different projects that I was contributing to before and share them with some coworkers. This way, I was able to focus on the backend side, while somebody else was able to focus on the front end, somebody else on the infra, and so on. This way, every single part of our product was able to get more effort than we used to do before. We were pretty successful and reached another scaling step, which is after growing from 5 to 50, we went from 50 to 500 within only 2 years. And the first challenge that we faced was how do we make the 500 people fit on a picture, uh, which was the first challenge that we had to face before more of them. At that time, I was a principal engineer within the organization, shaping our tech stack to ease the contribution. Something which was complex for me during this transition from 50 to more was the fact that you start to reach the human limit. Before, in the transition from 5 to 50, I was able to follow what everybody was doing, and it was easy to know them. After that, you cannot. And I was used to ask people the first time I met them, okay, how long have you been with the company? Welcome to Algolia. Until somebody told me, you know, I've been with the company for 2 years now. And that's where I realized that, okay, the company is so big that you can be working for the company for 2 years and never interact together. And so that's where I needed again to improve my soft skills, because the way I was sharing my knowledge before with like people to people communication was not enough. I needed to again scale it more. On the company side, we were in the phase of diversifying our product offering. The search product was working well, it was solving a bunch of problems, but we needed to go beyond the search. And so that's where we started to have our discovery platform. On the search side, we were continuing to scale the product by addressing more use case, more scale, and so on. And we started to have our recommend product where we were more in the explore phase, learning quickly with customers how we can make this recommend product better for them. And in this transition from 50 to 500, I reached another single point of failure with myself. When we grew from 5 to 50, the problem was that I owned too many projects. The transition from 50 to 500 was the fact that the company needed more just on one project than what a single employee could deliver. And so that's where I started to hire people to help me on this project. Then naturally, people prefer to work on the CI, the CD, or the code itself. And as it goes, they became on their own a bottleneck. And so that's where we had to again scale the company and create teams from the different parts of the product. And that's where we reached a point of higher availability teams, and I was not anymore required in this schema. And I could start to work on something else. And today we are 800, and I'm the CTO of this company. I would like to take this time now to get back on of what I learned over the past 10 years and share it with you. The first thing that I learned is the importance of adaptability. The only thing that is constant in a fast-growing company is the fact that things change. It's the same thing on if you sail through the storm, you cannot stop it. You have to figure out how to get through it. And the second thing is on the fact that you will always be late, because the time it takes to take a process, deploy it, and so on, the company will always already have grown, and so you would have to iterate on it, and so that's a constant change, and which is fine because you don't want to drop the process because you need to improve it. It's the same done if you are sailing. If you have a map which is outdated, you won't throw it. You prefer that on no map. It's exactly the same thing with our processes and the way of working. It's a constant iteration. On the scaling aspect, the thing that I learned the hard way was the fact that regardless how hard you work, the company will outgrow you. And so the only way to keep up with the pace of the company is to work smarter, constantly revise the way you work and adapt. And the main part is about identifying where you are a spoff and act on it. And the way you act on it is by hiring the right people to take over, train them so that they have the right information to take decisions, trust them to take the right decisions, and finally delegate fully this part of the job so that you can move on to something else. On the learning aspect, something that I realize is that you need to go out of your comfort zone to learn more things. And I had the chance to have the company pushing me constantly to go out my comfort zone because we were adding more and more employees, so I couldn't keep the same way of working at every single year. I had to adapt. That's how I learned a lot. And the only thing is that you will always have your expertise becoming a commodity. When we started, search as you type was not a thing, and now you have that on every single website. And this pattern happens on every single technology aspect. So if you want to stay relevant, you have to learn and become better every single day so that the commodity won't catch you up. For the future, I don't have an idea what will happen. The only thing that I know is that I will continue to work on that. Make myself more adaptable, scale more the way I work, and learn more things. And that's it for me today. Thanks a lot for your time.